Hey everyone, welcome back to Riffs and Gigs, and today I'm with Joshua, frontman, guitarist as well.
Yes, yeah.
Frontman, guitarist, all-round main man of Summoners.
Hello, mate. Lovely to be chatting with you finally. So looking forward
Yeah,
to this.
I was going to say you've sent over a few of your tracks for review, which I'm really grateful for the continued kind of back and forthing of, which is really great. But it's nice physically seeing and talking to you, which is great.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I appreciate your patience with my persistence.
It's all good. How's the stuff towards the EP release coming along then?
Yeah, so we've got the EP launching next Wednesday, the 25th. And as is absolutely classic for me, I did pop back into the studio to make a tiny little change to some of the mixes, and I'm making no promises to our engineer that I won't do it again. If I've got a day to make changes, I often might, but it's good. Yeah, we're really our last single is the one we're most proud of. So yeah, looking forward to it.
So then, how long have you guys been a band? Because this is your debut EP you're working towards, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So we have. So I've been working with our guitarist Jackson and drummer Dave since essentially kind of jamming and being in bands since school and college respectively, which is quite a while ago now. And we actually we've just been working on loads of songs. We just got this like long like catalog of songs, and over lockdown, it was kind of the time to just be like, I've got quite a lot of time to both be miserable and and demo, these tracks and actually really hone them. And we've been playing together with like a different lineup. And I got in touch with the singer of Dinosaur Pileup, Matt Bigland, was doing like a Patreon thing, just kind of like giving people feedback on tracks. So I was chatting to him for a while and just really just trying to hone the songwriting. And then after that, it was me, guitarist Jackson, drummer Dave, getting in the studio. We all realized that none of us could play bass. It's a thing with a very obnoxious guitarist. It's like, oh, it's two less strings. It'll be fine. I'm used to six. It'll be fine. But it was not. And so luckily there was a lovely chap, John, who I've just met, just through friends of friends. He was at a friend's house and he had a bass, and I latched onto him from that. And so he started, and then our guitarist Andy was actually the junior producer or junior engineer at the time, and he just loved it so much, which is lovely. He was like, "Can I join this band?" And he is a very in-demand session musician as well in Portsmouth, where we live. So it was like, absolutely bloody yes, that'd be lovely. And that was 2 years ago, and then ever since we've just been figuring out the mixing pretty much, because we just were like, at the end of the day, we just want to be proud of the recordings for once, because we've all put out stuff we weren't so proud of before. So that is a really long tangential way of saying it kind of varies, but yeah, I guess with the band that we are now, it's been about 2 years that we've been doing this. Yeah.
And then with the mixing and the studio side of things, do you do that DIY? Do you go somewhere, or how do you approach, or how have you approached it for like these current singles?
Yeah, so I'll usually demo everything on my own, just because it's just the only way that I've gotten used to now. In terms of the studio stuff, we go into South Sea Sound, which is a fantastic studio in Portsmouth, and our engineer is Tim Greaves. And I do the production. The other guys obviously have a load of input, and I put everything past them. But it's usually me in the studio with Tim, just being annoying and demanding and being vague about what I want. And he's become good at translating that now, which is fabulous.
Going in and getting last little touch ups, you know.
Oh, stuff I've ever noticed, but
So then, kind of, how would you describe kind of your sound to people that haven't heard you before? Because it is quite distinct, but at the same time, it is quite, is that nostalgic kind of sound.
yeah, I would. I've kind of always thought with us, like, we're not shy about how we take from influences, but also there are so bloody many that can change. And I I don't know, it was something that I was a bit anxious about when we came out, but I think people have liked it, which is that all the songs sound quite different as well. So I would hope that we're just not boring. That would be the hope, but maybe not consistent. I don't know. But it's just, I guess it's just we just try and be like inventive, alternative rock, and hopefully quite fun. Even though the lyrics are all very depressing.
Have you got any kind of main inspirations, whether that's regards to like the songwriting, the performance style, or
Well, I grew a third ear when I first heard Foo Fighters. Absolutely my main influence. And Queen's the Stone Age. Oh, I think that's in terms of like the pop and the way that it's just very like melody focused. But Queen's the Stone Age, which is how fucking weird they get. Absolutely love them. I mean, well, I've got Black Sabbath just there. I've got Queen's the Stone Age right there. So they're definitely two. But as well, I really love a bit of pop music, like old like 90s pop music. I'm quite obsessed with it. So it's just heavy rock, and it's that kind of duality of like melody and dark sensibilities that I'm just quite obsessed with, like light and dark.
yeah, I think that makes perfect sense because it was the most recent single you've released, "Let You Go," definitely had some of that. I think that opening melody was very much almost light rock, but
Mm.
still it had that kind of rock groove with it, which I thought was really cool.
Oh, fabulous, mate. Thank you. I was a little bit nervous about putting that one out because it's probably the lightest we've gone, but it's been fine. So very, very pleased, and thank you.
I mean, I was going to say, how have you felt the reaction changed or differed through each track? Has one particularly stood out, or has it all kind of been general?
It's been really funny because I think we were always just like we essentially just want to make this at the end of the day fully boiled down of our intentions of just it would be cool to have something on Spotify that we could listen to and just be like, oh yeah, I did that and that was nice. And but the more specific we've gotten, kind of the more people have enjoyed it, which has been awesome. And I never would have expected it. So like our weirdest songs, I felt like Spite, which is just essentially a song about hating people when it sounds like you're lost in the woods, and The Abyss, which is equally just really weird and dark, and the structure just completely gives up on itself towards the end. Those are the ones that BBC introducing were like, oh, they're the ones. So it's been interesting that the weirder we go, the more people have liked it. So yeah, next EP is going to be pretty bloody strange.
Going for a full, borderline progressive,
Yeah.
psychedelic.
Just screams, like distant screams. Yeah.
I guess that's a nice thing though, because you get a lot of I kind of call it the modern metal sound, where you can
Mm.
kind of pick enough modern metal bands and they all kind of start to sound the same. So it's quite nice that you've come in being like, we don't know what this is, but this is cool. We like this, and it works. It's a nice different thing.
Thank you, mate. Well, we just get really and me especially. I just get really easily bored. So I'll get bored, halfway through writing a song and decide it needs to be completely different. But I won't write another one. So yeah.
It's not like the common songwriter problem of start writing a song, not sure where to take it, repeat with another one, and then before you know it, you've got like a pile of unfinished.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, to be fair, it is that as well. And sometimes I'll be hitting my head like against the wall after like writing a verse, and I'll write like 5 choruses until I get the right one. It's like, oh, I've actually written like a couple of songs just trying to get that chorus. It's kind of a bit of both. Yeah.
Do you have a certain approach when it comes to songwriting or kind of building the songs, or is it just kind of what comes to mind?
It is and slavish exercises of anger and frustration. Really, I absolutely envy the people that are. Oh, I just fell out the sky. One day it just came to me, and that is not me at all. I just have it where bits of melodies or riffs or ideas come into my mind, and I'll try and get them down. And some of the songs on this EP started 10 years ago, but we just keep going back to them. And sometimes I just see them as like a jigsaw puzzle. Like sometimes it's like it just needs a chorus, and I may not be the songwriter for this today. And hopefully it's not too long before I am. But yeah, it's just hoping for the best and kind of just keeping at it really. But that's the fun stuff. It's hard, so that's good.
What's probably the oldest track in terms of kind of when you started writing it then on the EP?
In the EP, I would. So so our new single that's coming out soon, Noir. That it's funny because my our old bassist, who I'm still like is one of my best friends, he's been around. He's like been with me in previous bands, and there are two completely different iterations of that song. And so when I show him this one, and this is over the span of about 15 years, and he'll be like, "Oh, I don't know, man. It's just that 2013 version still ringing around in my head." And I'm like, "Oh, I know, mate. I know, but you've got to draw a line under it on one year or another."
So then kind of what would you say the easiest song you've written? It could be on this EP, it could be
Um, to be fair, Let You Go was quite easy because that was actually just a chorus from a different song, which is going to be on our next EP. What that ended up being, and yeah, that wasn't too torturous. I don't know about easy, but that wasn't too torturous. But I mean, on like the journey, the harder it is, the more I enjoy it. Like, because I remember the journey of writing every one. Erase Replace was another one. Just got certain advice about how to write songs, and just suddenly kind of had a better idea of where to grab ideas and where to place them and stuff, just in learning about structure and stuff. And that even though it was a long road, all of a sudden it was like, oh God, I know where to put all these pieces all of a sudden. So that was a good one.
it just kind of clicked all of a sudden and then voila.
Yeah. Yeah. It's lovely. Yeah, it's great fun.
So then that's what I quite like because you've released, I think, is it 4 or 5 singles so far?
Five and then six next week, or by the 25th, depending on when this
With
goes out.
with obviously the EP having all of them together.
Yeah.
Was the plan always to release it as a collection as an EP, or when did you decide, we'll just do it as an EP?
It was kind of about halfway through because I do the graphic design for the band and like the videos and everything. So I really liked, but like we've been kind of told it's not a good way of doing this, but all of our EP, all of our single arts are all quite different and distinct. But that was just I just was like, oh, I just really want to make some cool different single arts. And so they were going to be just monthly singles because as well, all the nonsense of like, oh, it's good for the algorithm and Spotify favors it and all this kind of stuff. But then along the way, I don't know, I just kind of started like putting them in playlists with each other, in different orders and just kind of thought it'd be nice to have an EP out, really, to do. Yeah. So probably about halfway is the answer there. Yeah.
I was gonna say you did go a little bit staticky at the end of that. Was there anything
Oh,
you
sorry,
added?
mate. Yeah. About halfway was the TLDR. Yeah.
You could just sum everything to watch this entire thing, sum it in a TLDR.
It might have to happen, yeah.
And then I think that's what I do like with the artwork because you mentioned obviously all the singles sounding different.
Hmm.
It would only make sense and that the artwork is completely different to reflect that, which is quite cool. So did you say that you design all the graphics and stuff yourself for this as well?
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. I do all of that. And yeah, it's why I appreciated your video about Leah feeling a bit overloaded because I will never. I'll all kinds of things to do, press releases and stuff within a few weeks. So
I was gonna say
it's been tight.
you went a bit glitchy again there, but I kind of got the gist of what you were saying.
Oh, sorry, mate. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, just the month deadline to do all videos, single arts and press releases and everything else. It's been good. I've learned a lot, which is the best thing about it, really.
Yeah, I mean,
Baptism by fire.
even what I'm doing with these and stuff, it is a learning curve. The more you do, the more you learn, and hopefully by the end you get a better product, which is cool.
Absolutely, absolutely, mate. Yeah, exactly.
It's like you sent over the link for the full EP earlier. and I really like the artwork of that. It's just so simple, but so it's nice because it shows you guys, which is quite cool.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Which I quite like. That's kind of my sensibilities, as you see. I'm in my little dungeon, but yeah, and I kind of as well, like, because I think I was on the cover of the first single, John and Dave on the cover of another one. Then I had another reappearance, as I like to do, and just I was like, we need to all be on one of them because otherwise it just seems a bit like we're hiding some of the guys, which are absolutely not because they're lovely.
It's like we don't talk about those people. We
They're behind the curtain live, yeah. They're just the shadow, yeah.
I mean, if you're going to have an artwork with all of you on, it makes sense to be the collection of all the songs.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
it's worked out well.
Oh, thank you, mate. I appreciate that.
So, kind of, you briefly mentioned it a little bit. Kind of following this EP, what plans for next music, or have you got any plans for after this?
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. So we've got our next EP fully demoed, completely done and written. Got studio time books in August and October, and kind of we've gotten a lot of the EP after that written as well. Um, and yeah, just really excited that the next EP is going to be fun because I think with this one we want it. I think like as an introduction to a band, I kind of wanted it to be, didn't want to compromise on ideas, but I wanted it to be kind of as concise and breathless as possible. But the next one, it is a little less singlified, some of the tracks, and there's like a little bit room to breathe and a little bit looser. So that'll be interesting. So there's like a different concept, like structurally for the next one, which will be cool.
That'll go into even weirder territory.
Oh, absolutely, mate. Oh, I met a cellist at a grunge gig in a church, and
Every addition to that sentence just got better.
I just thought she was amazing, and I was just like, oh, like, can you please play on on my band's next EP? And she's up for it, which is great. So I'm going to get some like apocalyptic, like Wednesday Addams vibes, which is going to be great. And my old mate Richard Muscat, who's just an amazing hunk, dreamboat, and prolific musician, but he's going to be playing some crazy saxophone and bits. Sounds like we're going to jump the shark really quick, but I've got some ideas. I think it's going to be cool. It's going to be exciting. And if it does sound rubbish, we'll just delete it and just never tell them. Just say it's really low in the mix.
Yeah. Just hide it.
Just can't hear the frequency. That's what it is. Get new speakers.
That's the thing. Have the first EP introduce yourselves, like you said, and then be like, okay, now we can have some fun.
Yeah, yeah. It's what you get when your instinct to be odd is nurtured. Yeah.
Nurtured and well received. If BBC introducing liked the weirdest stuff now, it's
Fingers bloody crossed, mate. Yeah, fingers crossed.
so how did kind of that come about then? Did you submit it to them or did they kind of reach out to you? How does that process work?
Well, I have a really awful, a really horrible spreadsheet which I hate of all the places where I submit all of our stuff to, and just from doing research, and yeah, and BBC introducing, yeah, that you just send it off and that they tell you if you're going to play it. Our next single, I know they've listened to it, but I've not yet had the email back of their final decision. So currently in fingers crossed time, but that's the way it goes. Yeah, it's me knocking on doors, really. Yeah.
Have you had kind of any responses from sending it out that you really weren't expecting to get, but were really positive?
All of them, absolutely all of them. You wanting to speak to me now? I honestly just every single, like my friends say to me, Josh, I'm pretty sure you wrote those reviews, like those, and it's just crazy when you write a song and you read the review and someone just says, and you've done it, and it's made me very emotional. Where it's just like that is the best case scenario of someone understanding what I was hoping to achieve there. And it is just incredibly surreal and really bloody lovely. Yeah, it's just amazing.
I guess that's the best bit, really. You spend especially some of the songs that you spent such a long time with. You spend so much time on it, and when you do finally open it up and they are well received, it's like, okay, maybe it is all right.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe.
absolutely. And it was absolutely petrifying releasing the first single because we'd just been working on it for like 2 years, like trying to get the production sounding just right. And as you know, as I said before, writing it and everything over many more years, and just like, God, this is the time. We have to release our child to the wild. And yeah, but it's gotten easier, which is nice. Yeah.
Have you got any kind of particular favorite songs or standout songs from the EP?
I think a raise replace for me is definitely one of them, just because I think that song I'm doing a lot of screaming, but it's just there's a lot of melody, I think, and I just like I just like that it kind of does the poppy and heavy stuff quite well, or at least in a way that I enjoy. But alternatively, I really like Noir as well, because that song just does not it just refuses to stop changing in every like the I've had a note from someone like, oh, you should try and make the second verse a bit different from the first. And with Noir, that was a I was like, all right, then I'll show you a different second verse, and then just come up with a whole new chorus at the end. And yeah, so that I like that one just because it is so weird.
So on the next EP, we're going to have a song where every bar is just something.
Just a Frankenstein's monster of a song. I'd love to do that. Yeah, grunge Bohemian Rhapsody maybe.
I I would love to hear it. I can't decide. I can't decide if it would be really good or I'd just be like, what's going on?
What on earth is going on?
Or maybe I'd really like it because I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
It opens a weird debate and dilemma.
It does, yeah, yeah. One of our songs on the next EP has a 1 minute long 5-part intro, which we absolutely love and goes down a treat live, and I just can't wait for people to hear. It's good fun.
See, I'm intrigued. I hear 5 part and I'm like, okay. And then I hear a minute
Yeah.
and that doesn't sound long enough to fit 5 parts in.
Yeah, to be fair, it probably isn't that long given all the parts, but I guess I always like to be a bit breathless.
So then kind of on the topic of live shows and wrapping this up, you've got your EP release show coming up next week. Is it on the same day as the EP release?
So we're doing an EP launch party at the Edge of the Wedge in Portsmouth, which is a fabulous venue that I'm really excited to be playing at. We're going to be playing all of our songs, and that includes everything on this EP, everything on the next EP, and I think maybe even a song on the third EP. And yeah, so that's on next Saturday. So we've got lots of lovely practicing to do before that.
And
Excited
then
about, and the 25th, yeah.
and then kind of what have you got any other kind of live shows, gigs lined up, or what can we expect kind of from now till the end of the year?
Yeah, so we're playing. I'm just gonna get my phone with my little list of dates. There's no point pretending that I'm not doing that. So we're playing Portsmouth Guildhall, headlining that, which is an absolute honour, on September 13th. And then on November 27th, we're headlining the 1865, which is also crazy because that is not in Portsmouth. But chiefly, once we're done with this EP and I don't have quite as many pictures and videos to make, I'm any promoter in the UK can expect to hear from me asking to sort some gigs up out of town, or if anyone would like to ask us, we'd be very happy. So yeah, that is the plan.
You'll be making a whole separate spreadsheet or just adding to the one you've already got.
Oh God, absolutely. Yeah, Excel has become a hate of mine. Yeah, but necessary.
It's a necessary evil for the modern musician.
It is. Luckily, I love a bit of evil, so it's fine.
I mean, I guess kind of my last question really, is there anything you'd like to sort of plug or kind of give some attention to. It could be upcoming music, it could be finding you guys on socials.
Well, I mean, absolutely find us on socials. I couldn't miss an opportunity to plug ourselves. We're summoners.co.uk. Would love to make use of the money I have to pay for that domain. That would be fabulous. So get there. We've got t-shirts and links to all of our social medias. I mean, in terms of like bands to plug, we've got a Spotify playlist on our band account called, I think it's just called Banging Rock New Finds or something like that. Sick New Rock Finds, that's it. There's just so much good rock music coming out, so much good heavy music. I really feel it's like a really great time for heavy music at the moment. But yeah, some big faves like Tiger Cub, and I recently found out about what's the bloody name of them? Model Actress the other day, who were just like the weirdest, darkest band I've ever heard, and Knives and Slung and Dead Pony, and just so yeah, I could plug a million bands. I bet you all get probably the same sponsored Instagram ads as I do that kind of feeds it all to us. It's a lovely time to be in the trough of great music. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, all of those names were new names to me, so that's going to be me going off and checking them after this.
Yeah, lovely.
But
Yeah.
I think it is nice being. I think because it's so much more accessible now as well. It's so much easier to record stuff, DIY, get stuff out there, and like you said earlier, kind of doing the artwork yourself, doing the videos yourself. A lot of more bands I'm seeing starting to take that approach.
Mm.
So that could really be the future of, but at least rock music.
Definitely. There's a band called Soft Coal who I fucking love. They are maybe the best example of dark and light that I can think of. And they do it's just a two-piece, and they do all of their like aesthetic of their branding, of their like social media, and like all of the tour things and their merchandise, and it is just gorgeous. And as like an artist as well as like a musician, I just love it, and it's just more opportunity to be creative. And as you said, just it's awesome that there is more opportunity now. I think it can be really annoying. I know a lot of bands get annoyed by it, but for people like me or us, it's great fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think it gets to points where everyone gets annoyed of it at some point. I whether it's songwriting or trying to make the graphic look just right, we've all been there.
Yeah,
But I think it
absolutely.
is it is a really great way to be a lot more creative and do a lot more creative stuff, which is great.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, it's a compulsion, isn't it? Like you just, your hands just want to do it. You'll be doodling, you'll be scratching a smile into a wall. It's just the artist in you, isn't it? You just need to do it.
Yeah, though my artistic capabilities won't stretch much beyond a little stick man figure, and that's about it.
Oh man, stickmen are underrated. They're good guys, trustworthy, honest chaps. Stickmen.
You can trust a stick man. But no, wrapping up. Obviously, No Control, the
Yes,
EP coming out on the 25th of June.
25th Wednesday. Yeah.
That will hopefully be hopefully this will be out before then. But if it isn't, you can listen to it now.
Amazing. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I hope people enjoy it. That would be lovely. That the teenage grunger in me would be very, very happy if fellow rock people liked it. I would be very happy with that. That'd be lovely.
And then best of luck with the EP launch show and your upcoming headline shows you've got.
Thank you very much, mate. And fabulous to talk to you, mate. And
Yes,
all the best with the website. You are helping out bands to no small degree. You're doing God's work. Thank you very much, mate. You're doing a service. Thank you very much, and lovely to chat to you
it's
finally.
it's all massively appreciated, and yeah, it's been really nice kind of getting to talk to you about this, and hopefully when you come a little bit closer my way, not Portsmouth, I'll try and come along to a show.
I'm kind of tempted to say, well, where do you live? But that's a bit of an odd question. What city? What city could we be convenient to you?
Cambridge, Peterborough.
Cambridge. Peterborough. Oh, I love Peterborough. I was there not too long ago. If we do find ourselves there, you've got guest list and a pint and a big cuddle waiting for me, mate. If we do come your way,
I'll keep an eye out.
fabulous.
But yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, I look forward to, well, I've already heard it, but I look forward to hearing the EP again when it is out everywhere.
Absolutely fabulous, mate. Thank you so much, man.
No
Have a
worries at
great
all.
rest of your evening. Cheers, dude.
You too.
All right, see you later, mate.